So the question is, how has your actual experience of going through the Fearless Leader program actually compared to your initial thoughts and expectations of it? I know I gave us kind of a briefing of that in video yesterday, so I wanted to give you guys time to kind of prepare for it, just in case, because we're 8 weeks in, and it has been a journey and an experience. So you got your heads up. I've got an order for us to get started. With Windsor, I think Windsor still isn't in the room, so she is at the end of the list currently. We'll go with Sharon first, and then Amanda, Megan, Valerie, Vincent, Nija, Nikita, and then Lana.
Good morning, everybody. I knew it would be a very transformative experience. I didn't know how much transforming it ended up being for me during these 8 weeks. Overachieved my expectations 150%, Kathy and Shameka. Thank you. And to all of you that have been part of this, it's just been a pleasure getting to know everybody and having really open, authentic conversations. There's trust here in this community, and that is something we should all really appreciate and hold on to, because you don't always find that.
So for me, I think what I found most surprising versus my initial expectations was just how much self-reflection would be a part of this. When I think of a leadership course, or when I think of training that we've done locally here for our leaders, a lot of times we're giving them tools, or we're, giving them what if scenarios and trying to see how they would react in those what if scenarios. But I've never been a part of a leadership course where it really is like looking inward and finding out, who am I as a person? Who am I as a leader? What are my weaknesses? So it was above and beyond my expectations, because I think it gave us a good foundation of where to start and then how to improve upon that.
I really want to say ditto to what Sharon and Amanda have said, but so I'll share something a little bit different, but I definitely support those two viewpoints as well, because I had the same experience myself. This course absolutely met my expectations. I had the privilege of having colleagues who have taken this before, so I had some insight into terms of what was going to happen in this course. What I was a little bit nervous about was, I feel like I'm a very introspective person. I've done a lot of work on, understanding who I am and why I am the way I am, but never from a leadership perspective. So I actually learned a whole lot more about myself than I really expected to take away from this. The other part that I didn't really expect is to really carve out a position for how I describe myself, how I position myself as a leader, how I want to see my career progressing, and the tools that I'm going to use to do it. So that's been wonderful, and I've really appreciated that guidance. Thank you.
I think it is very transformative for me, for sure, and for everybody, that what you're saying, I think that's so true. I knew it was going to be transformative. I just didn't know it was going to be like this. I think same thing going on everybody, like for yourself, right? Like in having the two dualities. And I feel like it really brought in the feminine energy and power. And I think that's so amazing, because 99% of us are women. When we're out there and we're doing boss babe stuff, you're always in the masculine, right? You're always in that men phase, and you're like, oh, I have to wear a suit, or, you have to kind of put that persona on. But I don't like that either, because we're women. We have our own flow. We have our own type of way we do things. And it's great. So I feel like it really brought that power within me to do that, and then push me out more. When you're the president, when you're the CEO, when you're the executive, you got to put yourself out there, and you got to make sure you're showing what you're doing. And for me, I do kind of shy from that. I always put my projects in front of me. I put everything else in front of me, and I say, yeah, but I put it right here. But with this and my transformative, stuff I've been doing for years, for like 2 years now, I've been really putting myself forward and putting myself out there, and this has just been so helpful, and things that I thought that wouldn't, again, the inner work that is the foundation that we need, and the empowerment, especially in the feminine power. I really appreciate that, because a lot of times, kind of like what Amanda was saying earlier, you know, you go to these leadership things and it seems like it's very masculine and it's very, you know, not for women. But I really like that this brought in that feminine power. So thank you.
I don't know how to follow up behind Valerie. No, I'm joking. It was very reflective for me, far as like just looking into it and identifying my strengths and weaknesses as a leader. Very self-reflective. It was eye-opening just to see how I am possibly perceived by my team, and just their view of me, and the way that I may want to be perceived is not ideally, you know, chasing my shadow or hiding from my shadow, shall I say, not understanding it. And it helped me to identify where I can improve and connect with my people better. So I appreciate the course. Thank you.
I would say that this program really taught me a lot more about myself than I thought it would. Kind of like Amanda said, I thought that maybe I would be given tools to help me become a better leader in the company, but in turn, I actually did a lot of inner work. It helped me improve the relationship I have with myself as well as others. And I think that it just helped me blossom into this person that I didn't think that the person that I knew I wanted to become, but didn't know how to get there. So it gave me the steps to allow me to follow through with the commitments that I made to myself, dreams that I've had for myself, and just kind of helped me come out of a bubble and just kind of take my place in big rooms that I didn't think that I would do. So I'm very appreciative for the program and for everyone's willingness to be vulnerable, and just learning a lot from everybody else's stories as well.
So for me, I came into the class wanting to be a fearless leader. I really knew that my weakness was leading my team. I know how to do so much behind the scenes, but just getting in and leading my team and strengthening myself was just, it felt like it was a never-ending task for me. So starting this class and being a part of this has helped me tremendously. I'm really loving the understanding my shadow, and just learning all of that, especially a lot of the actualized leadership information. It really helped me, and I feel good about moving forward and leading my team. So I definitely want to read the book again and just go back and look at some of the things that we've done throughout the 8 weeks, and continue to grab some things that I may have missed throughout the 8 weeks. But this has been awesome. Thank you so much.
Wow, this is being the last person to give feedback. Now I really have nothing to say, because everyone's have said a lot, right? And I definitely support everyone's, every single item here that everyone said. I mean, that's on everyone's mind. I think from my perspective, to add to what everyone else had, when you go into the leadership course, you usually, like Amanda said, right, you expect it to be very, specific, very leadership concentrated. But what I like about this course is that it applies to everyone, whether you're in corporation, whether you own the business, where you're for profit, where you're non-profit, right? It really helps everyone, because it focuses on those elements of, who you are, what your shadows are. Your shadows are really not just negative thing, right? You can focus on, exploring them more and being more cognizant of them when you are in different situations. So I do enjoy the fact that it's so broad that it can help anyone. And then just one more item, since I'm the last one here. I did enjoy the homework, the defining statement, I think, was very helpful. I've always had problems with elevator speeches, so this is now my elevator speech. And I think I've impressed some of the people that when I kind of introduced myself with my defining statement, right? The manifesto to just like spending time analyzing yourself, but also putting it on a piece of paper and thinking who you really are, who you want to be. And also the business case, you don't really think of leadership courses ending with a business case. So it kind of challenges you to, to think what's next. And like, if you found your purpose, what's that purpose, right? Or how are you going to find that purpose?
Thank you, Lana. Thank you, everyone else. So I would like to add personally that leadership is an ongoing part of life regarding development. Fearlessness is an ongoing part of life regarding development. And if you go back and look at week 1 and week 2, everybody here looks more of the part of a leader and feels more fearless than we were at week 1. I talked to Sharon this past Friday, and I'm sure you guys heard it. Her voice sounds way stronger than it did in week 1, way stronger than it did 2 weeks ago. And so does everyone else's voice. So you guys have done the work, and I'm extremely proud of you. I am a year out from being, knighted a fearless leader, and I am still growing in fearlessness and leadership. And it's an amazing journey. Keep going. It does not stop. Do not quit on yourself.